Hello there, and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm, of course, George. Welcome along to the channel, everyone. Some of the rumours around Leeds video, and Phil Hay has spoken, hasn't he? Phil has spoken. An article in The Athletic this morning, just outlining a few key players that Leeds United are looking at in the January transfer window as it nears its end. Nearly, it's the 17th of January today. Leeds have just 16 days to wrap up any business. None has been done as of yet. Obviously, fullbacks are on the agenda, and that's pretty much what we're going to speak about today. Although there is an attacking option as well, which Phil has also mentioned in that article. I'm sure everybody has probably read it by now, was published this morning. But yeah, let's speak about it. There's one in particular, there's two in particular I want to speak about, but we'll just fly through it. There's six names he's mentioned, six fullback names. I think many of them can play on the left and right hand side. Some can even play centre back as well, so right across the defence. And the six names are Nico Williams, Connor Roberts, Baro Barisic from Rangers. There's Ben Johnson, Ryan Giles, and Ben Davis, the one playing for Spurs, not the man playing for Rangers. I believe that's all of them. Now, the one, forgive me if I've left one out, but I think that's all of the names there. But, some are more likely than others. Obviously, Nico Williams, with Nuno Santos coming in at Forest. Maybe he's come back into contention for Forest. Seems a little bit of one that's unlikely to go through. That's what Phil's saying as well. He doesn't see it kind of happening. He might have brought himself back into contention at Forest. He did sort of fleetingly mention Connor Roberts and also Ben Johnson, who West Ham would likely want a loan fee for him coming to Leeds. He's only 6 months left on his deal, so I don't understand that one really. Why not just sign him on a permanent deal? But I think Leeds are wanting more to do it on a loan deal until the end of the season. I don't know why. When his contract expires, he'll be a free agent in the summer. But yeah, there's a few. There's the lad Barisic, Croatian international from Rangers, very experienced, 31 years of age, 11 appearances so far from their 20 games in the Scottish Premier League. So there's some, decent names. Obviously, Ryan Giles played for Luton in the FA Cup, as did Ben Johnson for his team, West Ham. One was successful, one was not, of course. Giles played in the second half of Luton's 2-1 win at Bolton last night as of recording. He has been linked, but Phil was like, yeah, he's been linked. Those names as well, Barisic and I can't remember the other one, but there was a few others that, few names that he said, yeah, Leeds have been linked, but that to me sort of says that it's not really likely. I think the one that he seemed to speak about, and the one that I want to speak about here in a bit more detail, really, is like I said, there's a few names flying around there, but yeah, some are more likely than others. But I think we'll obviously only get one in if Cresswell goes as well. He was speaking about Cresswell. If Cresswell goes, we will most likely bring in another centre back. Although he did point out obviously that Ethan Ampadu has realised his potential of playing in that position. Obviously not realised his potential, but realised obviously that maybe to Fark that he is an option at centre back as well, a solid option at centre back for Leeds. But won't be surprised to see if Charlie goes that we get another one in. But like I said, the one that I really want to speak about here is Ben Davis, obviously playing at Spurs. And it's another day, another Spurs defender linked to Leeds United. Yesterday was potentially Sessegnon. I have seen Tanganga as well, mentioned just by fans really more than anything else. He is being said to be recalled from his loan at Augsburg. He's not playing a great deal, and then sent out on loan again. Spurs squad's absolutely massive, isn't it? But Ben Davies is a really interesting one because he obviously said that he might be a difficult one to do, but maybe he might become available later in the window. He's played 14 games this season, one goal for Spurs, so that's not really that many, is it? Really, when you think about it, um, maybe Postecoglou is thinking of sending him out on loan. You'd have thought more Premier League, suitors would be wanting him here, but I don't know. Maybe it is Leeds. We have got good relations with Spurs. Obviously, like we know, we've taken Rodon and Spence. Obviously, Spence no longer with Leeds, but we did take him in the summer. I think there's a lad somewhere in the background, isn't there? That is um, got good links with Spurs. That's now working for Leeds. So yeah, I think he was a former director of football. Was he at Spurs? Maybe. Tell me in the comments if I got that wrong, but I think it's something to do with that. Yeah, so Ben Davies, experience to the hilt, Welsh international, 30 years of age. Former Swansea player again, didn't play with Joe Rodon at Swansea. He's a few years older, of course. Rodon 26. Um, and Davis is 30, of course. But yeah, very, very experienced Premier League full back, can play both sides, can even play centre back as well. So maybe that's one that Leeds United like. Obviously, there's always one that comes from nowhere. Obviously, Phil is in the know, and he knows that that is a full on link for Leeds. So I think Davis would be a very interesting signing. On loan, probably. Obviously, we're not going to sign him permanent, are we? Probably. The other one, I mean, of course, he's another Welsh player. Farke loves his Welsh players, doesn't he? He's already said this in press conferences. It's mad how many links we've had for Welsh players, though, and it's usually a Spurs player as well, but not this time. Or it's Spurs or Bournemouth, and this one is Bournemouth. He's a Welsh Bournemouth player, David Brooks, 26-year-old. Right winger, but I don't see why we'd be getting a right winger. But again, Phil Hayes mentioned it in his article there. One that maybe like Davis might become clearer what the situation is at the end of the window with him. I don't know whether it'd be a loan. I think it'd be a loan because but he seems to think that Bournemouth are unwilling to let anybody borrow him, as he put it. But let's wait and see on that one. I mean, I think 11 appearances for Bournemouth this season. Again, one goal, like Davis, one goal. Came against Brentford in September. Always had a really, really long layoff, didn't he? Was ill, wasn't he? I think for quite a long time. Came back and he's been in and out of the fold really for Bournemouth, Welsh international, like we know as well. So maybe that's one to keep an eye on. I think an attacking option, more of a 10, but maybe he can play 10. From what I've seen, I don't think he has, but I haven't looked too deep into into him really. But anybody, let me know. Any Bournemouth fans, let me know in the comments. What we could expect from Brooks if he was to arrive at Leeds before the end of the window. But like I said, there's a few names for you guys to discuss there as well. Which fullback would you like out of those six mentioned? Who would you like to see rock up at Leeds? Obviously, looking like we probably get at least one done before the end of the window, which you'd expect to do. Really, we need it. Given the injury record of Sam Byram and obviously Junior Firpo as well, and the sort of makeshift thing of playing Archie Gray in at right back. Congratulations to him who signed a long-term deal, an improved deal, new 4-year deal yesterday. Yeah, that was good news as well. But my view on the contracts is that probably only means Leeds can get a little bit more for him once it is time for him to eventually leave, because yeah, let's wait and see anyway. But that was good news and well deserved for Archie as well. Let me know your thoughts on those players I've mentioned in the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. March on together. I'll see you on the next one.